Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Friends and Music Podcast. Take two. Andrew's still gonna laugh. We just started this episode, and the record button did not work, so here we are again. Take two.
Retry.
Yeah.
It was actually perfect the first time.
Well, you already heard what I was gonna say, so I'm gonna say it again.
Go for it.
Introduction
Gas
for
me up,
Andie
please.
/ Andrea. It's not two people. It's
My
one.
alter ego.
It's one people. Which one do you prefer?
Honestly, I go both ways.
Good. Yeah, that's fair. I like that answer.
Usually everybody at work calls me Andie. That
Okay.
all started whenever I was in cosmetology school and there was two Andreas. And so I went by Andie. I've always hated my name, Andrea, actually. And I wish I could go by Andie, but my dad went by Andie. So I was like, ew, I'm not going to be Andie. My dad's Andie. And then now here we are, years later, and I go by both.
Go both
So,
ways, and here
both
we are,
ways.
years later,
Flexible.
still friends, still hanging out. So
10 years later.
my introduction to you is we met in math class. We had a good time,
Brother O.
joking around all the time, and then you quickly became the mom of the group. You took care of us. You always were so sweet. I remember once you came over to our apartment just to make us cookies because you wanted to hang out and make us cookies, which I was like, you can have a key. Come make cookies anytime. And then you had us over for dinner often, which one of the times was Memorial Day.
Yes.
We had a barbecue at your house, and I remembered and realized on the drive down here that here we are on Memorial Day having a barbecue today.
I know, we got steaks ready. My famous honey glazed carrots.
How perfect is that?
Ready
And
to
then
whip it up in the kitchen.
whip it up real
Whip
good.
it up.
And then you got your emotional support puppy with you right now.
Yes, Maggie, my little angel baby.
And how old is Maggie?
She is 4.5. She will be 5 October 2nd. So,
Maggie, what are you going to do for your birthday this year?
hopefully, might go on a little trip. She loves the beach, so maybe we'll go out to California.
And what kind of puppy is
Go
Maggie?
play out the beach. She is a purebred Shih Tzu, and she is just the most perfect angel on this earth.
So
My best friend.
if Maggie could play an instrument, what instrument would Maggie play?
Oh, if Maggie had a brain cell, that would be better. She has her good and bad days. But she could play an instrument. That is a good question. I really don't know.
Backup dancer, maybe? Not an instrument, just
Actually, she would be a backup singer because
Okay.
she whines all the time
and growls.
and growls.
She
She
has some
always
deep
has some
growls,
kind
though.
of noises going on. So
She could go from like a pop band to like a death metal band and do the
Exactly.
growls. She has a
she goes both ways too. So that's why we're so great together.
She has a wide dynamic range. Good for you, Maggie. All right, so let's go back to when we met in Rexburg in
Yes.
math class. Tell me about your take of that, your side of it.
Yeah, so we met in math class. It was special math. It was like math 1000 or whatever it was. Because I haven't taken math in forever. Hadn't been in school in forever. And I remember I was super nervous because I didn't know anybody. And so I just sat down and just was quiet, kept to myself. And then you came and sat down next to me. And then I don't even know who started talking to who first. But you were the only person that I talked to, honestly, in that math class. And we were just making fun of everybody in the class, teacher included.
Well, he could take
And
it.
the best part was Mike. We had
Yep.
no idea who Mike was. But he was this kid who always showed up late every single day, dressed in a white shirt and tie, just coming in, making phone calls. He at least left once, if not more, throughout the class,
Every
making
day.
phone calls. So he quickly became our go-to to make fun of every single day,
Mhm.
which was fun.
Yeah, I just recorded his episode the other day, and I said I was really looking forward to what you were going to say about
I got
the,
all the
the
tea on
stories.
Mike.
Is there any stories, though, specifically we came up with that you remember?
Well, there's one in particular that I would have to say that he was the drug lord of Rexburg.
Mm-hmm.
He was the mob boss of everybody. That's why he was always dressed to the nines, suit and tie. And that's why he was always leaving class to make phone calls. Sometimes he wouldn't even come back to class
Yeah,
after
he
he
would
made
just
the
leave.
phone call.
He'd be like, I'm out of
He'd
here.
just be gone. And the best part was, we never said one word to him
Nope.
throughout the whole math class.
Nope.
We never even said hi to him.
No,
But he
it's-
had this whole fabricated story about how he was the drug lord of Rexburg, like the cartel of Rexburg, Idaho.
And here we are years later. We actually know him. We talk to him all the time.
And we're good friends.
We hang out often.
But good times.
Okay, so I want to talk about when we met, we became friends, all the adventures that we did. But I want to know something that Danielle and Christian and I talked about, an experience that you had that I'll never have. And I feel like it's a good one. Any ideas what I'm talking about?
No idea.
Your experience with going to the Taylor Swift concert.
Oh, yeah.
Because you had a whole experience.
Yes.
It wasn't like you just went to the concert.
Yes.
Tell
it was
me
kind of iconic.
Everything.
Okay. Should I go like through the full story?
Oh yeah, I want all of it.
So how it came about was, Taylor Swift was doing the Eras tour, and me and my best friend Brooke were talking, and she got tickets to the LA show. They're only like $500, and
Only?
I say only because everything was like $1,000 plus. So I thought that was a good deal, especially for resale tickets. And I remember casually bringing it up to my ex-husband at the time, just kind of testing the waters, seeing how he was feeling, like if he would let me go and spend the money. And he quickly vetoed that real quick, because he was like, that's a lot of money, which it is a lot of money. I understand that. But also it's about the experience. And I'm the type of person, I will drop money on concerts in a heartbeat without thinking about it. So I didn't go. I was tempted just to buy the ticket in full send and take the heat later and just enjoy my night. But I quickly learned, no, that wouldn't be the best idea. It's not good to do. So even though I was sad, I told Brooke no, that I can't go. So I was really bummed. I would watch all the live streams that she would have too and everything. And then I have a friend who is out in Germany. Her husband is stationed out in the Air Force out there, and we were just talking, and she sent me a snap saying that she got the access code for the Europe tours. And I was like, I will fly out to Germany. If you buy me a ticket, I will go. And so, long story short, she got me a ticket, and I got a week trip to Germany on top of going to the Eras tour too. So I would like to say I was blessed for not spending that $500, and this time I got a whole experience on top of the concert as well too. My first time in Europe, we got to see some really, really good friends that we hadn't seen since we got married, and so it's been quite some years, so it was a good time catching up with them and experiencing all of that as well, on top of going to the Eras tour with her. It was great.
That's so cool.
So that is the furthest I have ever traveled for a concert. And I don't know, honestly, if I can ever top it. So
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
That's going to be really hard to top.
But we'll try.
Maybe if Britney Spears makes a comeback.
Ooh, that would be great.
That's how you can top it.
Yes. Or if NSYNC. Okay, I'm still waiting for the NSYNC. There's lots of little clues.
Do you think it's going to happen?
I was hopeful like a year ago, but now my hope has kind of died down a little bit. But there's still a part of me that's like, come on. You can do it. Backstreet Boys can do it, so you can do it.
I think any progress they made, it kind of got halted with JT getting arrested that one time.
Yeah,
when
that
was
could
that, like
be
a year
it.
ago, or how long ago was that?
That's probably about it, because it was whenever the whole like Trolls movie was coming out. They were doing surprise performances and things like that. So once I saw the surprise performance, I was like, okay, it's a wrap. It's going. And then now it's kind of fizzled out, so I'm sad. But Backstreet Boys can do it, so why can't NSYNC? Come on, guys.
Yeah, get it together.
Joey, JT, come on.
Can you name all of them?
Oh, no. Can I Google it really fast?
That's cheating.
No, hold on. So there's Lance, Joey. What's the guy's name? He was on Big Brother, too. Why do I want to say Chad?
You can call him whatever you want. I can't name all of them.
Then there's Justin. Who else am I missing?
Chaz Michaels, that's the other one.
Anyways.
Sorry, boys. Can't remember your name.
Maybe if you go on tour, I'll get it right. Get it right for the show.
With Taylor Swift, though, how was the show itself?
Amazing. It was a full-blown production. And I thought it was really cool, like, throughout, because I've never been to any of her concerts, and I honestly have been a fan of her since she started. We're roughly about the same age. I'm just a little bit younger. And I even remember, like, in high school, to her debut album, okay, this is very nerdy of me, but I would be in my bedroom by myself and I would try to write songs because I wanted to be like Taylor Swift. And so I literally have a journal full of songs I wrote whenever I was like 16, 17, whatever, through all of that to her music that I would do. So I've been a fan my whole life. And then kind of as she transitioned a little bit, I kind of wasn't as big of a fan, like, because I really did like her country stuff. But then I kind of circled back to her, and I really grew appreciation for her other albums too as well, and just her creative, artistic abilities too, just being able to go through all the different genres and things like that. So, but it was cool throughout her show, like she really dove into each era, so it kind of felt like you're in like a whole world for like well, she didn't really do debut, but for like her Fearless era and then her 1989, and it was cool to see how she incorporated a lot of her big things into each era too. So it was fun. It just felt like we got to dive through all of her different genres. So I got to go all the way back till I was like 17 in high school, listening to the Fearless album and thinking about all of that time, and then just going throughout the different stages. So it was fun, and the best part was dressing up. It was great. I dressed up as the Tortured Poets department, and it was iconic.
Nice.
So, but yeah,
we're gonna circle back to some outfits because you're an outfit girl for shows.
I am. I love dressing up. It's the best part of life.
And then, so did you spend thousands of dollars on merch at this show?
You don't want to know.
Just to buy a magnet? Or?
You don't want to know how much money I spent on merch. I think I spent almost $500 at the merch at Taylor Swift.
Was that for a bracelet, or what did you get in return for $500?
So I bought my best friend, I bought her a hoodie and a t-shirt I brought back. And then I got a really cool Munich, Germany Eras Tour poster as like a keepsake. I got, I think, 2 sweatshirts, 2 t-shirts. I think that's all. I feel like there's more, but the memories are priceless.
Yeah. So
it was great.
And then who was opening for them when you saw them?
So openers, we had Paramore, and they were awesome.
And did you get to see any of them?
I got to see part of their show. So we arrived a little bit late. One, we got kind of lost. It's a big, because it was at their big like Olympic Park in Munich, downtown Munich. There were so many people around. And then, of course, I had to get some drinks. So we're standing in line getting some beers and waiting for that.
That's why you got lost.
Yeah, that's why I got lost. I was scared. We each got 3 beers because we're like, okay, we're not getting up throughout the whole show. And so we just got our fill right at the beginning. But we finally got seated during, I think they were playing Misery Business, whenever like we were walking down the stairs to get to our chairs. So we kind of got there in time. We got to see their last few songs. But what was cool was even though we weren't physically at our seats, we still heard them, which was really nice.
Yeah.
And one of the cool things about the Eras Tour in Munich, Germany, because I went night 1, was right outside the Olympic Park, they had this huge hill, and that hill was packed with people who didn't have tickets, who still showed up. And it kind of became one of, like, the cities, like, kind of known cities. That was really cool, because I think there was, like, a total of like 110,000 people there. Like, I think there was like 30,000 people outside on the hill, and then there was like 70,000 inside the stadium. Swifties, don't come after me if my numbers are wrong. But I know it was like one of the bigger shows because of that hill, and it was so high that you could see into it a little bit depending where you were and stuff like that. So it was really special. So, and I will say one of the coolest things too was because we weren't all the way at the top, but we also weren't at the bottom either, too. We had really good seats. And during her song, Marjorie, it was really cool to look out and see all the phone flashlights of, like, 70,000 people of everything. And it was just really, like, magical, too. Yeah, it was really cool, so. But
so worth the trip?
Definitely worth it. Do it again. 10 out of 10. Actually, 20 out of 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And any more from the Germany trip outside of Taylor Swift that you want to talk about?
It was really cool. We toured like a lot of castles. The food was good there.
Is that where Hogwarts is at? Is that in Germany?
I don't know. I've never seen Harry Potter.
Okay.
Everybody always gets mad at me whenever, you've never seen Harry Potter?
You.
I know. I've tried watching it, the first movie, twice, and I fall asleep within the first 20 minutes of it. So
it's a good movie, yeah.
It's a good movie to put me to sleep. So on nights I can never go to bed, I turn on Harry Potter and I'm just out.
Does the trick.
KO'd. So I know everybody is always flabbergasted that
That's okay.
never seen it. But you know what? It might be out there. I just don't know. Quick Google search and I'll find out.
Okay, tell me more about Germany, though.
Germany.
You said the castles.
The castles were really cool. The food was really, really yummy, too. Honestly, we kind of just did a food tour.
Cool.
It was just beautiful, too. And it's different than southern Utah, where I live.
Yeah.
Because I'm so used to just Red Rock right now, which is beautiful in and of itself, and I don't take that for granted. But it was just cool seeing all the greenery, the trees, and things like that, too. So
you do live in a very beautiful place, and you're very fortunate.
I do. Very, very lucky.
It's funny because Danielle says it looked like Mars down here because of
Mars,
all the Red Rock.
Danielle.
But we
How
went
dare
into
you.
Zion's yesterday,
Yes.
and it is Red Rock, but the trees and everything else, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scootering through Zion.
Yeah, how was that for you?
It was great until we got kicked out.
Park ranger said no.
Didn't realize electric scooters were not allowed on the roadway.
Hey,
but it was fun while it lasted.
Nobody was at the gate to tell us no, and we went in.
True.
We just,
I mean, we walked right by everybody, and nobody said anything, so
still a fun time.
it was
though.
great. But one more thing about Germany, because that was right whenever Delta had their big, like, computer, like, crash out, whatever, with all of that. And so I'm like, we are going to the Eras Tour, because we've had this plan for over a year and everything, too. And they ended up rerouting us, and Delta bumped us up to first class from Vegas to Seattle. And I will say there was nothing better than my first time in first class. I was about 4 mimosas deep, watching the Eras Tour on my tablet on my way to Germany to the Eras Tour. And it was a vibe. It was great.
Well, it worked out better for you. You got bumped up to first class.
I know.
Holy cow.
I know. Luckily, it was just for that flight. I wish it was for the long flight, but it still wasn't terrible, so it was great.
So you watched the movie on the plane. Did you see it in theaters when it was out?
Yes.
How crazy was your experience with that?
It was actually a lot of fun because that was in the middle of my recovery with the accident. So I was out of work at the time, and my brother came to watch me that weekend because I couldn't drive, I couldn't really walk, and I had to go to my doctor's appointment, so I always had to be babysat. That was terrible.
With your cane?
I hated being babysat with a cane. I know I needed it, but it's still hard from being independent to having to go back to that.
So hard.
And I wanted to go see the Eras Tour, but my brother was not a Taylor Swift fan. And so I made him go get me a popcorn bucket and the little cup the day that it came out, so that way I at least had that keepsake like memorabilia to have, even though I didn't get to see it the day it came out. And then the following weekend I went and I got to see it. I went by myself. I was the only person actually in the movie theater, and it was great because I got to sing and have fun and dance and just a good time. So
that's the way I'd want to do it. I don't want a movie theater full of people getting up in front of me dancing.
It was just me the entire time.
Perfect.
And it was great.
You get great experiences. First class at your own movie theater.
Honestly, I love my life. It's a great life.
It's all working out
I just somehow just stumble into the most random things ever. Just like stumbling into EDC, getting walked in through artist gates.
Yeah.
No lines and everything like that.
And
for
it was
one night.
Somehow cheaper for you to do that.
$100, paid this guy to walk me and my friends in, and it was great.
Met in some back alley.
Met off some festival app. But, it was a great time. So, definitely a cool experience, because the year before that, I got to experience it. I went 2 days, but...
Okay.
So, I got to go in normally, and then the second time, it was kind of cool to go in like, ooh, I'm special.
You put a brown bag over your head. You cried for a while.
No, it was great. It all worked out.
It's so funny.
I just live in delusion, and everything always works out. So.
It really does work out for you. I'm jealous.
It does. If you want a good time, just hit my line. I promise you.
We'll put it in the
I'm a
notes,
fun
the
time.
comments, your phone number.
Oh,
Everybody
please.
will have it. And then you were telling me that you got to see Backstreet Boys, which sounds like a good experience.
Yes.
Tell me about that one.
That was back in 2014, and it was amazing. I forgot there was another band too, but Avril Lavigne opened up for them, and then it was Backstreet Boys, and it was so much fun.
Who got Avril Lavigne and Backstreet Boys together? Holy
I don't
cow.
know, but I'm here for it.
Yeah,
so it
that's
was a great
awesome.
time. So what was really fun and what made it most special was because Backstreet Boys was one of the bands that I really listened to, like, all growing up throughout my childhood. I remember stealing my brother Chris's Backstreet Boys CDs so I could listen to them.
Your brothers would be so embarrassed.
I
You said
know.
you stole your brother's CDs.
Shout out to Chris. Anyways, so I would steal his CDs, listen to Backstreet Boys, and the coolest thing, because it was 2014, it's 2025 now. So I was about like 23 at the time.
Okay.
Of that concert. So it was really cool being an adult going to something so like nostalgia for me, like childhood, that it literally felt like I was a kid
Yeah.
in my bedroom dancing to Backstreet Boys, just having not a care in the world, no adult responsibilities. So it really felt like during that concert I got to go back like 10, 12 years and just live in the moment. And I lost my voice within the first 10 minutes of the concert, so it was great.
What song do they open with?
Backstreet's back, all right.
So that's what did
So,
it. Voice
yeah.
gone.
Done so.
It's such
So.
a cool experience that you had, and like saying that it just took you back to simpler times. You
Yeah.
said,
Literally not a care in the world.
No
Like
money
all my
issues.
stresses from being an adult, things like that, just out the window. So that's why I'm speaking it into existence. I'm going to go see them at their Las Vegas residency at the Sphere. Even if I go by myself,
as long as it takes you back.
then I'm going to stumble into some craziness.
It's cool
Count
though
on
that
that.
music has the power to do things like that.
Yeah, definitely. Music has always been something that's been there for me, like, throughout my whole life. Even because I'm not, like, the best with words, too. So music has always been something that I've been able to, like, connect and, like, relate to. So, yeah.
Like having somebody that sings something and you're like, oh, somebody else does feel what I feel.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really powerful experience to have for sure.
Yeah, no, exactly.
And to be able to go back to that.
To relate to it and things like that.
When you're feeling that way again.
Yeah.
For sure.
Definitely in my emo punk rock growing up childhood.
Yeah, like give me some
2000s.
examples.
Ooh, Simple Plan for sure was one that I would like relate to a lot.
Yeah.
In their music. So.
Just them. Anybody else?
Britney Spears.
Yeah, emo and punk rock for sure. Yeah.
But okay, I listen to all kinds of music.
You do.
Catch me on the day. But the craziest thing was I hated country all the way up until like my junior year of high school. Not a country fan. Like I only listened to like punk rock or like pop music.
Isn't that
Or
against
rap.
the law in Texas?
Yeah, I think so.
Because you grew up in Texas.
I grew up in
And you
Texas.
didn't listen to country.
Nope. I hated it
Wow.
actually in the beginning. So
That's why you can't live there anymore. That makes sense.
that's why they kicked me out. They revoked my Texas license. So.
But you do have a pretty large range of music. So
Yes.
where did that all come from?
Ooh.
Chris?
Good question. So my brother was always big into music. He even like was in bands and things like that too. He was the drummer as well.
Nice.
I remember in high school he made shirts for his little high school band and it said "I kissed the drummer" and he would hand them out to girls. That was just one
Slide.
funny memory. He was always the jokester. Really fun to be around. Honestly, I don't know. Probably my parents too, because I'm the youngest out of 3 older brothers. Then there's me. And so my parents were always a little bit on the older side compared to like my friends and things like that. And so I grew an appreciation for like classic rock, like 70s, like from my dad. And then my mom was a huge Elvis Presley, Neil Diamond, Beach Boys, like fan too. So I feel like between all my siblings and my parents, that's where I grew my range of music too, you know. And then besides myself, just exploring and hearing new things. My oldest brother Scott, he was always big into like rap music, so I grew up listening to like Snoop Dogg, Tupac, Bone Thugs and Harmony, like, from him. So I grew my appreciation for rap from him. And then my brother Alan, he kind of listened to country music a little bit too. So I think he's the one who got me into country. And then Chris listened to a little bit more of that emo, punk rock kind of music. So I knew a lot of, like, Blink-182, Good Charlotte, things like that from my brother Chris. And then he even listened to, like, Thrice, The Used, nice. Taking Back Sunday, things like that. So that's where I learned that from him. And then I've always been kind of a pop girly, so girly pop.
It's so cool though, your family, everybody was different. So you had such a huge diversity of music coming from them.
Yeah.
And then so you said you're a girly pop fan. So, like, how did you get into that? Like, how'd you find that?
Oh, it's Britney, bitch.
Just because she was so big back in the day?
Britney and Christina Aguilera. So those are the two big ones. So I'm a 90s baby. So
how'd you find them? How'd you hear about them?
Probably the radio.
Yeah, for sure.
I would imagine. Yeah. So, because we didn't have internet back then. So, Oh, I sound old.
What about MTV though?
MTV, yep, TRL. That was the big thing, but also too, my parents were super strict. Well, it was mainly my mom. My dad's a lot more relaxed, and I take after my dad a lot. But my mom, she wouldn't let us watch MTV, and they would put a passcode on our dish TV.
Dang.
And then I remember one day, I don't remember how this popped into my head, but my dad was checking his voicemails, like, on a cell phone, and he typed in his passcode, and it was, like, the same two. So each number had, like, a different little note to it. Yeah. And so I knew it was two numbers because from the sounds of it, whatever. Yeah. And then for whatever reason, I was like, oh, I wonder, I should try this if this is the passcode. And lo and behold, that was a passcode. 4343, shout out. And so I figured out the passcode, and so I would watch MTV, and nobody in the household knew the passcode, and I did not tell a single soul that I knew the passcode. And then finally, my brother Chris walked in on me watching MTV, and then he was like, "You're watching MTV?" And then he was like, "How did you get in?" And I was like, "Well, I figured out the passcode." So then he made me tell him, but I was always very sneaky. I was a sneaky little child. And I always covered.
You still are.
Yeah. Now I just don't have to hide it. Okay. And then I would always cover up my tracks because back then, and I don't know because I just stream things now, so I don't watch, like, cable anymore. But there's a button on the remote where you can hit the back button and it'll go to the last channel that was watched. So I always had to make sure that I would have to change it to channels, so if you hit the back button, it wouldn't go back to MTV, and then they knew somebody was watching something.
So funny.
But unfortunately, my brother Chris didn't realize that, and that's how we ended up ultimately getting caught.
You should have told him.
I know.
Come on, Chris.
Get it together.
I thought you were going to say, like, you had, like, the Disney Channel on there, so, like, if somebody walked in, you just quickly press back to go to that. Like,
well, that I would do, too.
That
I would do, too. And I was a huge Hannah Montana fan.
Well,
huge.
Of course you were, yeah.
So.
But that didn't come out until you were, like, 23.
Maybe a little bit younger than that, but close. I was a little bit on the older side whenever they did come out, but like I said, my parents were super strict, and so I was a little bit more sheltered at the time, and so that, was Hannah Montana. And my dad would actually watch every Friday night. We would watch the new Hannah Montana episode together. That was one thing we always did.
That's fun.
So
that's really cool.
Kind of fun memories, I know. And then I remember we went and saw the Hannah Montana movie whenever it came out. And then right after the movie, my dad took me to Walmart and we bought the soundtrack to it, too. So it was fun.
That's so cool of him.
Yeah, I still have all my old CDs, all my burned CDs from high school in my car, actually. Yeah. Even though I don't have a CD player in my Bronco, but
old habits
I still have it. So it's just memories I'll always keep. So, which I do miss burned CDs.
Yeah.
So.
That was so fun to make mixes for people.
Make them for friends and things like that.
Draw on the cover of it. Here you go.
You can just write whatever you want on it. Add some
Don't
pretty crude CDs that friends wrote for me.
I'm sure you did.
But it was good times.
Okay.
Simpler times back then.
You also, I got to see you before you went to the show, but Kelsey Linguini Ballerini Fettuccine. What's her name?
Yes, Kelsey Ballerini.
Yeah, you went all out for that show too.
What do you mean?
You had the experience. You were all ready for it. You had your outfit picked out.
You're jealous of my glitter freckles.
Yep.
I know you were. They're iconic.
There was
Shout
definitely
out Taylor Swift.
there was definitely a type of people like I feel like I saw the same girl walking in and out of that restaurant before the concert.
True.
So tell me about that show.
So she was fantastic. I've been a fan of her since her debut album. I believe it came out in 2014 as well too. Her self-titled album. She just wrote music that I always related to at the time, and like a year later I went through a breakup, and there were some songs on there that I really related to, and I've just been a fan throughout her whole career, and it's been fun to like watch them grow. I think that's one of my favorite things, is to find like an artist who's not necessarily big but also not, tiny small either.
Yeah.
And then just watching their careers grow throughout the whole time. But I saw her at Salt Lake the end of March, and that was my second time seeing her, and it was cool to also see the progression of her stage presence too, because I saw her back in 23, I think it was 23, in Vegas, and it was a great show, phenomenal show. But this time she had a lot more like stage props and like production and things like that too, so it was a lot of fun. And she just has always written music that I've related to, just things going through life. And so there were a few tears shed at the concert. Might have been a little bit drunk and inebriated, but it was a great time, and it was definitely healing hearing some of those songs live and just singing it with thousands of people who all, have gone through similar experiences, whether if it's just a breakup or separation and divorce, and things like that too. So, but I think my funniest memory from that show was me and Brooke were standing in the merch line, and I was absolutely smashed, and I spent like $175 just buying shirts and sweatshirts, wearing one of them right now, and I got the cute little luggage tag because we all have baggage. Nice. And so I'm going to print out a photo of me and Brooke at the concert and put it on the back side of it. So that's awesome. Way I'll have it. So just as like a fun little keepsake for that time. So.
That's cool. You're so excited for that show, and you were planning for it forever.
For months, yeah.
And now the next show that you're planning for...
Warped Tour, baby.
Yeah. You got all your outfits picked out?
Action. Not quite, some of them. Just ordered some checkered shorts yesterday. Thanks, Blair.
Well, it was your idea. You've been talking about it for 3 months at least.
I know, but then I've just been procrastinating and never buying them, and then finally I was like, okay, I'll just buy them.
I would have been so mad and disappointed if you didn't have them, because that's all I've heard you talk about.
True.
The shorts and your nails. You got your nails figured out, right?
I do have my nails figured out.
Some hot pink, some checkered.
Some black.
Some smiley faces on it, right?
Yep.
Anything else I'm missing from that?
No, not really.
Okay, so what about, where are we going? Where are you going to see Warped Tour this year?
DC.
You excited for that?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Second time in DC.
2 days in a row that we're going to be exhausted.
Yeah, we're millennials, so can't go like I used to. But it'll still be a good time.
And then, who are you excited to see?
Tough one. So I'm really excited to see Avril Lavigne, Simple Plan, Bowling for Soup. I've never seen Simple Plan or Bowling for Soup yet, so that would be a good time.
Again, Bowling for Soup's from Texas, so do you not have Texas pride? I thought you had Texas pride.
I do have Texas
pride. When I met you,
but
every other word was Texas. You're like Sandy from SpongeBob. You're just so proud of Texas.
It is good. I will eventually move back one day.
Good.
So we'll see.
Okay.
But no, I never grew up going to a lot of concerts because, one, we were poor, and then two,
you had a pool at your house. You weren't poor.
Two, I always thought I don't know, it's just something we never really did, and so I just always assumed oh well, really rich people go to concerts. That's not me, or whatever. And so, and then my first concert was Donna Summers.
And how did you get tickets for Donna Summers?
I won 5 tickets at my pediatric dental office. Iconic.
That's such a random thing for them to have tickets for.
But it was for the rodeo. So the rodeo was in town, and so it was just one of their little giveaway things there, and I just entered my name, and then I ended up winning it, and so it was a lot of fun.
But it was 5 tickets.
It was 5 tickets, yep.
Not 4, not 6, 5.
5.
Perfect. So who all did you take?
So my whole family went, my parents, me, and then I got to bring my best friend, childhood friend at the time, Madison. Rest in peace, you sweet soul. And then I think some of my brothers went, and they all got to bring one friend too.
Okay.
And then my parents bought some extra tickets for us to go.
I'm not good at math.
But that's more than 5.
You know what math class we were in together. My
We're
math
in
is not
special
math.
But that is definitely more than 5. So, but yeah, I think they bought some tickets, and then we did the whole carnival thing and all of that stuff. And it's definitely a fun memory that I always have from my childhood too.
What a fun experience.
Yeah.
Carnival, rodeo, and concert.
And I just remember Donna Summers and all of her outfit changes and things like that. And I think that's whenever I fell in love with live music and shows.
Outfits. I'm gonna say that right there. I'm gonna call that one.
There we go.
And then, so you said you took a break from concerts for a while because you thought it was a rich person thing.
Yes.
And then what was your next concert?
My next one, 2010 or 2011. It was after I graduated high school, and I went and I saw Kid Cudi, and Tyler, the Creator, he wasn't like the opener because he was like middle of the show too. It's like Kid Cudi went and took a break, and then he came out, and then Kid Cudi came back, and that was a wild time. It was a good time with some friends.
Wild?
Well, just being 18 and a little wild, so no loss.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of delusion and good vibes.
Just delusion,
so,
yeah.
So there may or may not been some special cookies that were eaten beforehand as well.
Yeah. But, Dad might listen, so it may or may not is the
answer.
May or not. We don't know.
Allegedly. Allegedly, there were some special cookies. And my first time ever having a special cookie, and I might have ate like 2 or 3 of them.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
So it was a good show.
It was a great show.
Yeah.
So it was a good time with friends.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So that's your first 2.
Yep.
We know about Backstreet Boys.
Yes.
Taylor Swift. Any other key concerts you want to throw out there?
Ooh. I don't know.
Because you've been to a lot.
I've been to quite a few. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I'm trying to make a list of everyone that I have seen because I'm interested in that. But some other noteworthy concerts I would definitely say is, A Day to Remember, their 15-year anniversary tour. They had Papa Roach and Falling in Reverse. And they had one other band, but I forgot. We kind of missed them. But that was a good show, too.
Nice.
I just remembered there was part of the concert where I turned around to look behind me, and literally there was a mosh pit, and I almost got hit in the face. But it was a good time. And I have to say, Papa Roach is like one of my bands because I was in their music video too.
There you go. As you say, you brought up Papa Roach, so now's the time.
Name drop right there.
Let's hear it.
But backtrack for just a second. Other good concerts I've been to. MGK puts on a good show. I'm excited to see him again for Warped Tour. Honestly, the most iconic thing is taking party buses to concerts.
Okay.
That's what we did for MGK for a good friend, her bachelorette. And that was a good time. It's just the vibes are high, everybody's on good spirits, and then you're being dropped off at the front, so everybody who's waiting in line is like, whoa, who are these people coming in a party bus? And then we just get there, and it's just full send for the rest of the show. Just keeping the vibes going. But yeah, so.
Do you want to talk about the music video now?
Yeah, we can talk about that. So that was December of 2017.
Okay, so you were in the Papa Roach music video.
I was in the Papa Roach music. That's whenever we filmed it. It came out January of 2018. And a few months before, I remember I was just scrolling on Instagram, and Jacoby, the lead singer of Papa Roach, he put out a video. It was like, we're looking for extras. The first 100 people to send an email to this email address will be selected, yada, yada, yada. And then he posted it like a few hours before I saw it. So I was like, you know what? He probably already has 100 people, I'm not going to send anything. But then I was like, you know what? Why not? Why not? So then I sent this email in, and then honestly, I was actually surprised I even got a response back. And they asked you some questions like, what's your favorite Papa Roach song? What's your favorite Papa Roach lyrics? Things like that. And I grew up listening to Papa Roach, like Cut My Life into Pieces, classic, and also Scars, another classic too. And during 2017, I went through a rough part of my life, and their album at that time helped me get through what I was going through too. And so I wrote, for my favorite lyric, I did Papa Roach. Hold on, let me look it up really quick.
And what's the music video? What's the name of it?
So the music video is Born for Greatness. And Face Everything and Rise was the song that I chose for my favorite song, because it just talked about how you're going through everything in your life, but you must face everything and rise. It's a fear, F-E-A-R, face everything and rise. But yeah, so we just emailed back and forth a few times, and then they had me send in headshots and things like that, and then they ended up choosing me to go in, and I literally had 24-hour notice.
Dang.
Before. So I kind of told my work, I was like, hey, I applied for this, I won't know until this date, but if I do get selected, I'll need this day off, just to give them a heads up. And they were really chill about it. I got the time off.
Nice.
And then our friend Matt was living in LA at the time that we met in Rexburg. And so I texted Matt. I was like, Matt, I might be in a music video. Can I just crash on your couch for a night? And he was like, hell yeah, come on through. And then so I ended up getting selected for it, and I just packed up my car and just drove out all the way there. And I remember my dad, not that I have to get permission for anything, but from past experience where I didn't tell him where I was going, he just likes to know where I'm at, just to make sure I'm safe. If something were to happen, he knows, I'm the type of person, I'm so strong-willed, I just do whatever I want, whatever I want, not tell anybody. So I remember I called my dad on the way to LA, and I was like, hey Dad, so remember how you told me you just want me to let you know where I'm going? So I'm actually on the way to LA to be in a music video for a famous rock band. And my dad was like, oh my God. He's like, you are gonna get murdered out there and everything. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna be fine.
You got Matt. He's a good guy. He'll take care of you.
It was a great time. And then, so the whole time my dad was worried. I was having a blast, creating the memories, doing all of that. So I finally made it out there. It was really good to catch up with Matt, because it's been years, 3 years at the time, since I've seen him. And so it was fun. We hung out the night before, and then I took an Uber to the filming location. That was a little sketch. I was kind of a little freaked out, because it was in an abandoned building, and it did kind of look like I would get murdered there. But luckily, I saw some people lining outside, and they were all there for the same thing. And so I quickly just made some friends with a little group, and we all just kind of hung out for the whole day. We were there for 12 hours. Dang. It was a long shooting day. But I have to say, it was a really cool and neat experience. And even Tony, Jacoby, they were all super cool guys.
Nice.
Because I feel like the one thing about artists is you're excited to meet these people. They've gotten you through some hard times and all of this, and then they just turn out just to be jerks or prudes or whatever. Whereas they were all super down to earth, and Jacoby was coming and hanging out with us, just showing videos and just spending time with us, because who are we? We're nobody, just the extras and things like that. So it was really cool that they took the time to hang out. And then once filming all wrapped up, we got to take photos and kind of talk to them more too, and so that was really cool. And we got to meet a lot of cool people there. And so it was the Born for Greatness video. You do actually see me in it a couple times. Nice. Some of the friends that I made there, they didn't even kind of make it on the cameo, so I felt kind of special with that. It's only for a second, but my only claim to fame, I got it. So but what was really cool was the talent that they had in there, because it was Born for Greatness. So they took people that have disabilities and ended up making really amazing things, from they didn't let their disabilities withhold them from doing their dreams. They had Aaron Wheels there, and he's in a wheelchair, and he actually ended up he signed with BMX and stuff. He does really cool tricks and stuff in his wheelchair. And so it was cool to watch all of that. And I'm sorry if any of you guys listen to this, I don't remember the other names, but it was just a really neat experience to watch these people, how they get handed challenges in their life and that they overcame them and turned it into something great.
For sure. That's cool. A fun experience. Cool that you're part of it. overall sounds good.
So,
Would you
and
do it
still,
again?
oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And what's cool is social media these days. Like I'm still friends with some of those friends
Yeah.
too, and so it's cool just to see their lives kind of come about and things like that. So.
Well, it's the same thing. Like I don't know about for you, but like I've made friends like waiting in line for concerts where
Yeah.
you hang out, you know,
Yeah.
for all day or hours, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And so yeah, same thing for you. It's
Yeah.
music people. You're
Yeah.
hanging out,
I
waiting
love it.
around.
Yep. So I definitely want to be in another music video, so it would be fun.
So we'll put
Another
your phone
life
number
bucket.
up for everybody. We'll put your emails if you want to be found in a
Hit
music
my
video.
line. I'm a good time. Hey, that rhymes.
I thought you did that intentionally.
No,
earlier.
not at all.
You just now realized.
Just now realized.
All right, let's go back.
Okay.
So we dove into Taylor Swift first.
Okay.
When we first met, Rexburg, small town,
Yep.
not a lot to do, but we
Not at
always
all.
found something fun to do.
Yes.
Well, you did because you're the party.
That's what some would say, life of the party.
Yeah. So tell me more about that time, our experiences, your experience. Did you like it?
So I liked living in Rexburg. It definitely was like a small town feel, which I love because I'm not really a huge city person. I love visiting cities, but
Yeah.
not like living in them. But the one thing about Idaho is that you just kind of have to make your own fun.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's just adventuring out between bridge jumping, cliff jumping. They have these really cool, I think it's like the spillways where there's tons of graffiti art, you know, and things like that. People would go like tires on fire and like roll them down the spillway and go blow things up. Take some tannerite and just go have some fun blowing things up. So it's just my style of fun, just being outside, doing whatever. And there are even times where living with some of my good friends, Brooke, Megan, we would just go on drives for 30 minutes, just go explore, just listen to music. I remember us all having our hearts a little broken, and we'd go listen to Taylor Swift All Too Well, just singing at the top of our lungs, or, you know, just different things too. So, yeah. You just learn how to make your own fun, which I like that too, so. Good times.
You definitely have that personality, and I think that's when I started to like it there. I made some good friends right at the beginning. We did some fun things, but
it's not fun if you don't have good friends.
Yeah.
Your friends, I feel like, make the whole experience too.
And if you just stay inside and don't go exploring, like it's not as fun.
Not as fun, no.
It's crazy how many beautiful things there are so close to there. Like where we live was just potato fields, but Yellowstone was close, Tetons was close.
Yeah, all of that. So
the rivers there were beautiful.
Yes.
And it's very quick and easy to get to. So fishing adventures were fun there.
I will say, because I lived there for a little bit, and whenever I had a good group of friends, like you, Mike, Danielle, Christian, all of them, and then I had Megan, Brooke, Taylor, like, those were my fun time, like, highlights of Idaho. But, like, whenever I was there by myself, because everybody had moved, then it wasn't as fun. I just worked and didn't really do too much, so.
Went back to being a boring adult.
Yeah, ugh, no fun.
And then when I was there with Mike and some of the other guys, we had a band.
Yes.
And I'm just to say thank you now. You never missed a show.
I see.
You always prioritize coming,
I'm
helping
the number
out
one
anyway.
groupie. Come on now. It's hard work earning that title, number one. If you ain't first, you're last.
Amen. Even
that was good times.
Even when I played a show in Utah, you still found a way to make it there.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Drove
Appreciate
down.
that.
You're welcome.
Do you want to talk about any of that?
Good friend right here.
You're the bestest of friends.
I know. Number one groupie. No, it was always fun doing music with you guys. And it was cool being like in a smaller music scene that isn't as big a production as Taylor Swift or Kelsey Ballerini or, you know, like things like that. I mean, you're not on their scale yet. You know, there's still a whole life to live. So you never know what's going to happen. But it's just fun being more at like the smaller scene, like where everybody's there, everybody's friends, just helping set up. It always made me feel important because I was like, yeah, I'm with the band, so suck it. Who are you, peasants? So, no, it was always a good time, and I loved helping out and things like that, and just going and supporting you guys. So, buying all your merch. I don't know where that shirt went.
You probably burned it. No,
I didn't burn it.
Yeah, it's gone.
I think somebody borrowed it in 2017. I just never got it back.
Ooh,
so
we're gonna find you, random person. We're
the traveling high C shirt. It's like the traveling sister pants or whatever.
Yeah.
But now it's the traveling high C shirt. So
I can't wait to hear that book. Watch that movie.
What if I like go to DI one day and I just randomly
That'd be
see
so
it there?
funny.
I would have to buy it.
So funny. Yeah, buy your own shirt back. That'd be so funny.
I would have to.
So, one of the times we had a show, I think maybe TJ asked you to record on a GoPro.
This is iconic. This is in Idaho Falls.
Go on.
Yeah. No,
So
I'll let you tell the story. No, you tell the story.
It's just going to be simple. It's just that you had it selfie mode for half the show. So we were hoping to like watch our set so we can learn like, you know, how we need to do better, what like things we need to change. And it's just Andrea smiling for half an hour.
You know, one day you're going to love that video. One day whenever I'm not here anymore, it's going to be the iconic video of the time.
What do you mean when you're not here anymore? You're going to outlive me for sure.
I'm not going to live forever. So.
And I'm really glad that you brought up Matt. So at a concert the other night, I got to introduce the Tylers together. Finally, we saw Turnover. So Tyler Miller and I went together and we ran into Tyler Price. And I don't know why, but we brought up Matt. Hi, Matt. And I was telling...
I miss you, Matt. Hit me up.
Tyler Miller how Matt crashed one of our sets with the cowbell. He just came in smashing the cowbell, dancing around and hopped on stage. So we got to find the footage of you, which that might be the same footage as where it's just selfie mode on you.
Yeah.
And so we don't even have Matt now because of you.
No, I messed it up.
We got to find both of those.
Oh my goodness. Well, good thing I have a beautiful face, so just stare at that.
We'll just get your reaction. Good enough.
Oh.
Those were such fun times. And I'm glad we got to do them together and that we still are going to concerts together. What,
yes.
10 years later? More than 10 years?
Yeah, more than 10 years later.
We're old.
Yeah.
Holy
Finally,
cow.
our first Warped Tour together. Because I went to last Warped Tour by myself. Well, I went with other friends, but...
Yeah, where did you go? Which one?
It was 2018 Salt Lake.
Okay.
So it was their final year before they stopped it. And then they announced they're doing Warped Tour again. And I'm like, I'm going.
And Movements was there on that one, right?
Movements was there, yes.
You wanted me to bring up Movements, so I brought up Movements.
Brought up Movements.
Why did you want me to bring up Movements?
Shout out to Movements. No, so one of my fondest memories from that time is I was recording, because I love their song Pink Lily. Everybody does. But I have this epic video of this one random girl, so shout out to you. I hope I can find you one day. But right at the drop, she just pops up out of nowhere facing my camera, like facing the crowd, not the stage, and just is going hard to the drop of Pink Lily. And it's just, she's my spirit animal. And so I hope to be like her one day.
So we're going to share the video, and if everybody can help us find this woman.
Find this girl.
We need to know her.
2018 Warped Tour, Salt Lake City at Movements.
And who else did you get to see?
I want to be your friend, so let's be friends.
We'll find her.
Who else do I get to see? Warped Tour. There was a lot. I saw Falling in Reverse again.
Cool.
I've seen them a few times. They're like one of my most seen bands, just because they end up being like playing other bands. Motionless in White.
Nice.
Got to see them. They're one of my favorite sets. Oh, I saw Wage Wars. That was wild. So I just show up my first Warped Tour, and we go and see Wage Wars. My group wanted to go see them, and I wasn't too familiar with them at the time, but I'm just along for the ride. And I remember the lead singer came out, and he just did the biggest scream, like deep scream, just to get the crowd going. And within literally a blink of an eye, the crowd parted like the Red Sea.
Yeah.
Me and Aaliyah got separated from the rest of our group. They were on like the opposite side, and we just got dragged to the back. And then I remember we were just trying to find our way back to our little group as everybody is just going nuts there. So that was a fun memory to have too, because I kid you not, it was a blink of an eye and boom, like parted. Like you couldn't even think like what was going on with how fast it was going too. So it was a good time. I saw Senses Fail. Who else? It's been some time. But I saw a lot of great bands that Warped Tour.
That's a good day.
And so, but I only went one day in Salt Lake. So, but I'm excited to be both days in DC.
Well, back then it was only one day. So unless you went to a different city,
Oh, okay. I don't remember. It's been quite some time. What is that? 7 years? Whoa.
You old.
Whoa, 7 years ago. But while I was packing up, I did find a little leather bracelet that says Forever Warped that I got from Warped Tour in 2018. So I am saving that in a special place to bring back for DC.
And you got the sticker on your laptop still?
And I got the sticker on my laptop, so now I need to get another one from this one, so hiccups. I need some water. I'm drowning.
Okay, I got a couple last questions for you, if that's okay. 2 that you have to answer. I need your definition of punk and your definition of emo. What do those 2 things mean to you?
Punk and emo. It's a good question. I don't know if I'm really prepared for that question.
Okay, you have to answer it, so we'll come back to it in a second.
Punk and emo.
Yeah, not the same thing. Definition for punk, definition for emo. So we'll come back to it in a second.
Okay.
But I need you to
Let me
rank
think about it.
in order. Sum 41, Blink-182, and Green Day. Best to worst.
Blink-182, 1. Sum 41, 2. Green Day, 3.
High five. That's mine too.
Definitely.
Boom. Perfect.
But even I could say Blink and Sum tie.
Okay, that's
with
fair.
that
Yeah,
too.
tie for first and then third Green Day.
Ooh.
I'm alright with that.
I've never really been a huge Green Day fan,
That's
to be
fine.
honest.
Yeah.
Even from the beginning.
They're good.
Don't shoot
I got to
me.
see them for the first time last year. It was a lot of fun.
If I got a free ticket, then I would go see them, but
Okay.
I don't know.
Green Day.
I would
She's
go.
been in a Papa Roach music video. She'll be in your music video. Just give her a free ticket. That's all it
Yeah,
takes.
come
She'll come
on.
check you out. Yeah, it's funny because
Change my mind.
Yeah. Sell me on it.
Give me that experience and then I'll put you number 1.
I like them and everybody's heard them.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I grew up listening to Blink-182 so much, like loved them. But,
Yeah.
and Green Day is
That
so
was
similar,
me.
but like I never
Yeah.
like dove into them.
Same. Well, and I've always just been a huge Blink-182 fan. I mean, my AOL screen name was Sugar182 Pie, and the 182 came from Blink-182.
Yeah.
Shout out Chris, he helped me make up that screen name
And he
too.
said pie, and they were in apple, or not an apple pie, but American Pie.
Yeah.
So I mean, like that all
of it.
works out.
So
Yeah.
it was
Apple
great.
pie was the pie in American Pie.
I've never seen American Pie
Okay.
either. Woo! Right over my head.
We'll watch it later. They're in there.
So that would be
That's
fun.
funny.
But yeah. I don't know. That's just like my childhood. So
Okay. And we talked about Maggie earlier.
yes.
How much would you be willing to sell Maggie for?
Never.
$1 million.
Nope. I would die.
$10 million.
I will literally put my life on the line to
Priceless
save
puppy.
that dog.
Look at her, just sleeping now. She's just so bored of this
I
topic.
mean, I would go through that car accident, breaking my finger and never being able to use my finger again to save her. So
Anything. You hear that, dog? I don't care. Just leave me alone.
she's been there for me every day.
And what about
I still want to bring her to a concert. She has never been to
Little backpack
live
doggy
music. Yeah,
jumping around? It'd be so
should bring
funny.
her to a warp
She'd
tour.
be miserable because it's so long.
But she would love all the people.
Yeah.
You know how crazy
The
she
people would
go?
love her too.
I know.
Everybody would be stopping you all day. Oh, can I pet your dog?
Yeah, you can. She's amazing.
What's on your workout playlist?
Ooh, workout playlist.
Uh-huh.
Here, let's pull it up and see.
And then guilty pleasures playlist. What about that?
Ooh. Hold on. Let me pull up playlist.
3 hours later.
Do, do, do.
Bear with us, everybody. We're scrolling. We're looking.
Okay.
Here we go.
So I have Face Everything and Rise by Papa Roach, Loud, Fuck It by Motionless in White, Soul Survivor by Young Jeezy, Last Breath by Future. I have Voices, Motionless in White, Would You Ever, Skrillex and Pooh Bear. I have Whore, In This Moment, None Above, Papa Roach, This Is the New Shit, Marilyn Manson, My Medication, Papa Roach, Last Resort, Papa Roach, Coming Undone, Korn, She Hates Me, Puddle of Mud, and then The Downfall of Us All, A Day to Remember, Plot to Bomb the Panhandle, Day to
Nice.
Remember. I have Till I Collapse by Eminem. Thank You Next, Ariana Grande. I do love you some
That's so
Ariana
funny.
Grande. Transportin' by Kodak Black. Bad Motherfucker, MGK. Great song. What are some other ones? I have God's Plan by Drake. Savior, Rise Against. Popular Monster, Falling in Reverse. Sympathy, Too Close to Touch. I have Revenge by Joyner Lucas. Flames by Rehab. Bad Things, I Prevail. I have Alive by Little John and Offset and 2 Chainz. Lucky You by Eminem. Rise Up, Petey Pablo. Big Pimpin' by Jay-Z. So I kind of have a good mix.
You do.
So a lot of it's more like for my lifting. Like I want to get after it, get in there. And then I have a cardio playlist, which is kind of a little bit more upbeat, like EDM, things like that.
Which makes sense.
Guilty pleasure. I would probably say like my guilty pleasures are like a lot of like my nostalgia, like music, like NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, Britney Spears, kind of all of that.
So who would win in a fight, Christina Aguilera or Britney Spears?
Are we talking about like now or like?
Let's go 90s
back?
and now. So 99 and then today.
Oh, that's a good question. I feel like Britney could take Christina back in the 90s.
Okay.
Just because Christina was always tiny, things like that. And I just feel like Britney had a little bit more muscle on her too.
Okay.
And then nowadays, I don't know. Christina, I feel like is skinnier now than she was in the 90s, thanks to Ozempic. And then Britney.
This episode is not sponsored by Ozempic.
And then Britney, I just think she has a lot going on in her life, so I don't know if she can even, be in a fight. So.
Okay, and now
we choose peace over here, so no fighting.
That's true. Yeah, amen. Peace and blessings.
Yes, peace and love.
So I do have.
Because they're always pitted against each other in the 90s, whenever they should have been girls supporting women supporting women. So
yeah, nowadays it'd be a totally different game for them, but back then
it was definitely those two against each other. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I need to know. I would like to know because it's personal. You don't have to answer it if you don't want to. We can just cut this out. So please tell me if I'm crossing the line.
Oh, you can cut part of this out?
No, I can't. So I was just being polite. Everything's going in there. If you were to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, do you use more peanut butter or more jelly?
I don't eat PB&Js.
Why not?
Because it's too basic.
Oh, okay.
I like to make fancy things. I'm a cook, okay? I whip it up in the kitchen.
Going to concerts was for rich people. I grew up poor. Bull! You didn't eat peanut butter and jelly? You didn't grow up poor.
No, I did eat PB&J growing up.
Yeah, so which more peanut butter?
You know, one thing though is I never had ramen until I was in like my 20s.
Don't try to change the conversation.
Sorry, deflection. Ow.
You're not going to answer it? Too personal.
I'd probably do more jelly than peanut butter.
What kind of jelly? What flavor?
Strawberry.
So since that one was a bust, what about if you were to eat string cheese? Do you string it or do you bite into it?
I don't eat string cheese.
See, this is...
Ask better questions.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's me. I'm the issue.
No, I string it because that's the way you're supposed to do it.
That's what it's called.
You deserve jail time if you bite into it.
That's right. Amen.
Straight to jail.
Redemption. Thank you. First you insulted me and then you redeemed yourself. Good job.
Straight to jail. Where are my fuzzy handcuffs?
Okay, and did I stall long enough for you? Do you have a definition of punk for me?
Definition of punk?
Yep.
Well, definition of punk, I just think of Blink 182.
Okay.
They're like my definition.
How so, though?
But...
Like, what about them defines punk?
Because I feel like it's not like hardcore rock.
Okay.
But it's also not pop. So I feel like it's like a pop rock.
Okay.
Pop rocks.
Pop rocks and soda.
Pop rocks and sodas.
What about... Oh, here we go. Here comes the laugh again. What about Chris? How do you think Chris would define it? Maybe we can reach out to him.
Should I call him? Should I phone a friend right now?
We'll ask him
Chris.
After. What about emo? Do you have a definition of emo?
Yeah. Emo, I would definitely say is like the swoop bangs, dark hair, like MySpace, that time.
MySpace is a
definitely
great word.
More emotional.
Yeah.
Honestly, if my mom would have let me do that, that's how I would have dressed. Because I had lime green skinny jeans, electric blue skinny jeans, hot pink skinny jeans. I had them all. And that's how I always wanted to do my hair, but my mom would never let me dye my hair growing up. So. And
you said you weren't a Hot Topic girl, but you're explaining Hot Topic to the T.
That's like my spirit animal. Now, I don't know if I'd dress like that now. Actually, maybe. Depends.
I could see you doing it.
Fun.
Especially at work.
I just like to have fun.
Yeah, girls just want to have fun. I get it.
Girls just want to have fun. It's the girly pops.
So now that we're at the end, are you gonna go get your journal and sing those Taylor Swift songs for us that you were referring to earlier?
I think it's actually back in Texas, so we'd have to do a road trip to Texas.
I got time.
And then
it's
maybe
Memorial Day. Let's go. We got time.
Maybe one day I'll bless you with my sweet lyrics of some emotional 17-year-old to some Taylor Swift.
And is there anything else that you wanted to talk about or bring up before we end this today?
Well, thank you for having me.
Was it bad? You were nervous at the beginning. Probably the most nervous.
I'm still nervous now. Literally, I was laughing. I was crying at the beginning. And it would have been the perfect intro, but someone didn't have it recorded. But yeah, it was fun. Good. Definitely still a little nervous, though. So
well, again, you're a great friend. You've been a wonderful person. I'm glad that we met. I'm glad that we had math class together.
Yep. Glad we had special math.
Yeah.
So.
And here we are years later, still hanging out.
Yep, exactly.
Getting kicked out of science together. Yep. Same old.
Still shenanigans. Just the way I like to live my life.
Well, you're the best.
A little bit of fun.
I'm excited for the barbecue today. I'm excited for Warped Tour. It's going to be a blast.
I cannot wait.
Thank you for doing this with me.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, of course. Thanks for enduring it.